Welcome back. When we look at a galaxy, our eyes are naturally drawn straight to that bright, swirling disk of light right at the center. But the space surrounding that visible disk, it is far from empty. It's actually this colossal, multi-layered environment that we call a galactic halo. So today, we're going to break down the precise anatomy of this incredibly complex cosmic structure.
Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. Anatomy of the halo, then the stellar halo, the gas corona, the invisible dark matter, and we'll wrap it all up with the big picture. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Anatomy of the halo. So, what exactly is a galactic halo? Well, it's basically made up of three major interacting pieces: the stellar halo, the gas corona, and the dark matter halo. Instead of just being some uniform cloud of dust, it's actually a highly structured envelope. Each distinct layer exists in a radically different physical state, and they all operate under completely different mechanics to sustain the galaxy. Moving on to Section 2, the stellar halo. Think of the stellar halo as the archaeological outskirts of a galaxy. It is totally defined by its old stars and these densely packed globular clusters. These are the ancient relics of the galaxy's formation. We aren't looking at active stellar nurseries here. No, this is quite literally the fossil record. These sparse, ancient gravity wells orbit super far from the galactic plane, basically preserving the chemical signatures of the early universe. Next up, Section 3, the gas corona. Now, as we move past those dense stars, we encounter an incredibly expansive, dynamic atmosphere. The corona contains hot, diffuse gas spread way out from the galaxy's center, and the scale here is just immense. This energetic material is stretched so thin across the void that it operates more like a vast, highly ionized mist. It creates this huge heated envelope that actually regulates the thermal and chemical evolution of the galactic core itself. The dichotomy within the halo is genuinely staggering. On one hand, you've got the dense, ancient gravity wells of the stars and globular clusters locked in these long, slow orbits. And they're coexisting with the incredibly sparse, highly energetic expanse of the gas corona. It is an environment of absolute extremes. Compact mass moving through a diffuse, burning atmosphere, and it's all bound within the exact same overarching galactic structure. But that brings us to one of the deepest astrophysical paradoxes of our time. See, if you calculate the combined mass of those ancient stars and all of that expansive hot gas, it doesn't even come close to accounting for the total mass required to keep the galaxy intact. So, if the visible stars and the detectable gas aren't making up most of the mass, what does? Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, the invisible dark matter. This unseen component is the massive anchor of the entire system. The thing is, the dark matter halo cannot be seen directly because it yields absolutely zero electromagnetic footprint. Telescopes can't detect its light, its heat, or its radiation, yet it holds much of the galaxy's mass. This establishes a really staggering reality. The single most influential part of the galactic structure is entirely undetectable by conventional observation. As the data points out, its gravity strongly shapes the galaxy. And honestly, that goes way beyond simple attraction. Dark matter provides the essential gravitational scaffolding for the whole shebang. Without this invisible framework, the rotational speeds of the visible disk would literally tear the galaxy apart. It confines the hot, diffuse gas, it dictates the orbital mechanics of the ancient stars, and it holds the entire structure in equilibrium. All right, let's wrap this up with Section 5, the big picture. So, to put it all together, the anatomy of a galactic halo is a perfect synthesis of these three interdependent layers. The old stars and globular clusters act as visible remnants orbiting within the vast, regulating expanse of the hot, diffuse gas corona, and both of those components are entirely encased and bound together by the massive, unseen scaffolding of the dark matter halo. Three totally distinct states of matter, compact, diffuse, and invisible, operating flawlessly together to sustain a galaxy. We've mapped out these incredible structures that surround our galaxies. But think about this for a second. If the absolute most massive, structurally vital component of a galaxy, the literal anchor that keeps it from flying apart, is entirely invisible to us, what else is hiding in the dark?